Chen Kai had been married to Zhang Chen for 5 years. She had secretly loved him for many years and finally married her crush through an engagement arranged by their elders and a concentric jade pendant. Orphaned at an early age, she had no family of her own and regarded the Zhang family and Zhang Chen as her whole world. In the early days of their marriage, Zhang Chen gave her a house registered solely under her name and a pair of matching concentric jade pendants, vowing to stay with her forever. Touched deeply by his kindness toward her lonely background, Chen Kai resolved to be a devoted wife and gave him all her sincere love. Yet their happiness lasted only a year before Zhang Chen grew tired of her clinging innocent dependence, turning cold and indifferent. Later, Chen Kai discovered that Zhang Chen kept a mistress outside named Cynam, a young woman who knew exactly how to manipulate him. Cynam was fond of playing disappearing acts every once in a while. Each time she vanished, Kong Chum would drop all his work and search for her frantically. The two played a game of chastened ambiguity, growing even more affectionate after every reunion, completely ignoring his legal wife Chen Kai. Watching their dramatic romance unfold, Chen Kai's love and hopes for Zhang Chen slowly faded away. When Zyn disappeared for the second time, Zhang Chen handed a divorce agreement to Chen Kai simply to appease his mistress, claiming it was only for show and he would never truly divorce her. Gentle and obedient on the surface, Chen Kai signed the paper quietly and humbly begged him to come home early after finding Zyn. Zhang Chen grew impatient, complaining that she could not live without him, then left in a hurry to take credit with his mistress. Watching his departing figure, Chen Kai smiled coldly. Her heart was already dead, and she only hoped he would indulge himself in his romance and never return soon. After Zhang Chen left, she woke up completely. Determined to end this humble marriage, she began to sort out and count all her personal property carefully. The peach orchard in the backyard had been planted by herself 5 years ago, simply because she wanted to fulfill Zhang Qin's casual wish after watching a drama. Now that feelings had faded, she ordered the housekeeper to pull up all the peach trees by the roots. Cutting off all memories of the past, she sorted out the concentric jade pendant, the real estate certificate, jewelry and clothes he had given her, sealing away all the tokens of their old affection. Memories flooded back. The engagement arranged by Grandpa Zhang, the half-jade pendant that bonded their fate, and the complete concentric pendant that once made her believe in eternal love. The house Zhang Chen gave her on their wedding day had once been her greatest warmth as a lonely orphan. But once a man's heart changes, all your devotion and attachment become a burden and annoyance to him. Having completely let go, Chen Kai packed all her belongings, burned her custom wedding dress and wedding photos, erased every trace of her existence in the villa, and prepared to leave silently. Uncle Wang, kind housekeeper, felt sorry for her and persuaded her to wait, insisting Zhang Chen loved her but just failed to realize it. Chen Kai thanked him for his years of care, declined his advice, and resolutely picked up her luggage to walk away from the 5-year miserable marriage. Before she left, Zhang Chen called her for the first time in nearly a year. He showed no concern at all during the 10-minute call, only arranging everything for Zyn and ordering Chen Kai to stew bird's nest for her to nourish her body, giving up their master bedroom to Zyn, putting away all wedding photos to avoid upsetting the sensitive mistress, and even demanding Chen Kai organize a formal wedding ceremony to give Zyn a legitimate status. At that moment, the last ray of hope in Chen Kai's heart vanished completely. She calmly asked Uncle Wang to follow all his arrangements, then turned and left the Zhang family villa without the slightest hesitation. At that time, Zhang Chen was staying and traveling with Zyn in Suzhou and Tang House, caring nothing about Chen Kai's feelings. In front of his friends, he was arrogant in confidence, certain that Chen Kai was utterly devoted and obedient to him, willing even to arrange his wedding with another woman and serve them both without complaint. Zhang Chen was selfish at heart. He indulged in Zynea's liveliness and willfulness, enjoying the emotional ups and downs she brought him, yet only regarded her as a pastime. In his eyes, the gentle and sensible Chenka Iyi who loved him deeply was the wife destined to accompany him for a lifetime. He was used to testing Chenka Iyi's love by being cold and partial to his mistress. Dissatisfied with her calm resignation and longing for her jealousy and tears to confirm his place in her heart. Soon after, Uncle Wang called to tell Zhang Chen that Chenka Iyi had taken all her things and left for good. Zhang Chen paid no heed, convinced the orphan Chenka Iyi had nowhere to go without him. He arrogantly ordered no one to look for her, waiting for her to give up and come back on her own. Beside him, Cyan pretended to be sensible and aggrieved, blaming herself for driving the legal wife away and playing the pitiful girl to win his sympathy. Chenka Iyi moved into her own small apartment. After years of suppressed grievances, a warm greeting from her aunt made her burst into tears. She poured out all the humility and pain of her 5-year marriage to her aunt, resolving not to devote herself to illusory love anymore, but to live a stable life with a reliable and down-to-earth partner. Her warm-hearted aunt immediately arranged a blind date for her with an outstanding and steady battalion commander under her uncle. Having no intention of starting a new relationship, Chenka Iyi was shocked to find her blind date was Zunayan, her childhood classmate whom she had not seen for 10 years. Once a rebellious and mischievous young man, Zunayan had now grown into a mature military officer who had kept Chenka Iyi in his heart all these years and never let her go. Zunayan admitted he had stayed single all along because his heart belonged only to her. He then took out all his assets and property and handed them to her for safekeeping to prove his sincerity. Moved by his honesty and determination, Chenka Iyi let go of her past wounds and agreed to give him a chance. Decisive in character, Zunayan had already prepared a marriage application, settled their marriage immediately. With him, Chenka Iyi felt unprecedented respect and tenderness, a stark contrast to the cold and selfish Zhang Chen. The two quickly prepared for their wedding. A month later, Chenka Iyi officially completed the divorce procedures with Zhang Chen. The moment she got the divorce certificate, she bid a complete farewell to her past. She handed the divorce certificate to Uncle Wang, cutting off all ties with the Zhang family. Having already obtained approval for marriage from the military, Zunayan rushed back thousands of miles overnight, the moment he learned of her divorce. Registering their marriage with her at once and giving her a legitimate identity and lasting happiness. The two shared warm days after their marriage. Zunayan confessed that his naughty pranks in childhood were just clumsy ways to attract her attention, and she had always been the only one in his heart. Chenka Iyi sank into his sincere preference and completely healed the pain of the past. While preparing for their wedding in peace, Zunayan deliberately sent a wedding invitation to Zhang Chen. On the wedding day, Zhang Chen returned to the capital from Suzhou and Tang House, stunned upon receiving the divorce paper and invitation. Zyan pretended to be wronged and modest, hoping to move into the Zhang villa. Yet, Zhang Chen suddenly turned cold and sent her back to her apartment. Still unable to accept that Chenka Iyi had truly left him unmarried another man, he stubbornly believed the bride was merely a woman with the same name, planning to apologize and remarry her after the wedding. At the wedding ceremony, when Chenka Iyi walked out gracefully on the arm of her uncle's brother-in-law and exchanged loving glances with Zunayan, Zhang Chen completely lost his composure and publicly accused her of daring to marry someone else, breaking the warm atmosphere. Zunayan immediately shielded Chenka Iyi behind him. Facing Zhang Chen directly, Chenka Iyi told him calmly that she had stopped loving him the moment she decided to leave him after accumulating enough disappointment. All she felt was indifference and strangeness. Refusing to accept reality, Zhang Chen was filled with unwillingness and tried to win her back. Zunayan exuded powerful aura and reminded him of basic manners. Faced with elders from the Zhu family and military officials, Zhang Chen had no choice but to raise his glass reluctantly to wish them well, before leaving in embarrassment. The wedding proceeded smoothly. That night in the wedding chamber, Sunai ungently worried whether she had truly let go of her past. Shenkai Yi expressed her sincere love for him firmly, stating she would never marry him with another man in her heart and would stay faithful to him for life. Their relationship grew deeper. During his half-month marriage leave, Zunayan stayed with her every day, cherishing every ordinary and sweet moment she had never experienced with Zhang Chen. After Zunayan returned to the army, Chinkai Yi lived a peaceful life, managing the shops he had given her and getting along well with her mother-in-law, who treated her like her own daughter. They talked on the phone for hours every day, recalling interesting childhood memories. She had long forgotten Zhang Chen and lived a quiet and happy life. Her peaceful days were disrupted by a haggard and dispirited Zyne An, who begged Chinkai Yi to visit Zhang Chen in the hospital. After being shocked at the wedding, Zhang Chen had fallen into despair, gone on a hunger strike, and was sent to the hospital by his parents, stubbornly determined to win Chinkai Yi back. Unwilling to get entangled with the two, Chinkai Yi was forced to go to the hospital after being pestered by Zyne and reporting the matter to Zunayan. In the ward, Zhang Chen begged humbly for reconciliation, willing to do anything to have her back. Chinkai Yi remained cold and rational, calling him childish and telling him his self-torment meant nothing to her. He was already a stranger to her. Zyne accused her of cruelty, but Chinkai Yi retorted sharply, telling the two to stop disturbing her happy life. Zhang Chen's parents also insulted Chinkai Yi harshly, mocking her past devotion to their son. At the critical moment, Zunayan, her aunt and mother-in-law, rushed to the hospital to stand up for her. Her mother-in-law defended her fiercely and scolded Zhang Chen's rude mother Zunayan, unshielded his wife and warned Zhang Chen sternly never to disturb her again with his paranoid obsession. Chinkai Yi made it clear that she was protected by military marriage laws and would take legal action if Zhang Chen continued to harass her. Crushed by despair, Zhang Chen hid himself under the quilt. Later, Chinkai Yi learned that Zunayan had been extremely worried after receiving her message, contacted his mother immediately and rushed back. As he was training nearby, the three arrived at the hospital almost at the same time to protect her. After this incident, Chinkai Yi completely let go of her past. She joked with Zunayan that she would never tolerate it if he ever repeated Zhang Chen's mistakes. Zunayan held her hand tightly, saying he cherished her too much to ever hurt her, and would devote his whole life to loving and spoiling her. From then on, the two walked hand in hand, enjoying a complete life of being cherished and loved.